Good morning, everyone, and welcome to The Balancing Act. We're so glad you joined us this morning. I'm Julie Moran.
And I'm Olga Villaverde. You know, today it's all about our health, from our pets to people. So, did you know, I didn't know this, that pets age more rapidly than humans?
I'd heard that.
Okay, and that leads to chronic degeneration, poor mobility, and discomfort. It's true. And none of us want to see our four-legged friends suffer, not Ruby
No,
or...
we don't. Hero.
Oh, we have some exciting news when it comes to providing better quality of life to our pets.
That is so good. And speaking of quality of life, we'll take a look at how we as women should be managing our health.
Packed show. The Balancing Act starts right now. If you remember life before cell phones, you probably wonder how we ever lived without them. But these days, smartphones are playing an even more important role in our lives than just connecting with friends and family. Get this, 52% of us have downloaded health apps onto our smartphones. Not only that, 59% of us use the internet to find health information, and I'm one of those. Why? Because it's empowering. Here to tell us more is Dr. Francisco Velasquez from PAML. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning, Olga. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for being here.
My pleasure.
You know, I see it happening, and I know you see it too. People, you know, they question what's going on with their bodies, their children. They see a diagnosis, they look it up, they learn more. For me, it's just been more empowering to learn and know more. Do you agree?
Absolutely. I think what has happened is we have become smarter consumers, and technology has enabled that. As you mentioned, we have the internet, so 89% of all adults search the internet for healthcare information. We all have a smartphone in our pocket. 80% of the population in the world has one.
Wow.
And we have about 3,000 apps where it will allow us to track almost anything that you can think of about health, and we're using it that way. Two-thirds of Americans, roughly, of adults, are actually using their smartphones to track a health-related item, such as blood pressure, weight, nutrition, exercise, etc. So technology has enabled us to be better consumers.
And actually enabled us to ask more questions when it comes to seeing our doctor, which I think has created even a better relationship between the physician and the patient. Now, talk to me about PAML, P-A-M-L. What's that?
So PAML in the Pacific Northwest is Pathology Associates Medical Laboratory.
Okay.
We're a healthcare solutions company with a focus in diagnostics, which basically means most of what we do is testing for cardiovascular disease, cancer, women's health, wellness. But we have other aspects of the organization. So we have a food program for wellness, and we also have a product portfolio for consumers. It's GoCinch, if you want to go and look it up, that allows people to order their own testing in the states in which that is legal.
Really? So if I wanted, for example, I'll be personal here. I'm very transparent. I'll do blood work every 6 months because, you know, I always worry about my health, and I don't know, just because maybe because I'm a mom. If I wanted to get a CBC, some lab work, I could actually do that on my own without seeing my physician, because normally I have to go see him and get a prescription.
So this is where the disclaimer comes in.
Okay.
In 34 states, it is legal for a consumer to order their own laboratory work.
Really?
So there are 11 states in which there are restrictions, and then the rest of them you really can't. But it's fairly simple. You go to one of the approved facilities like ours, you get online, and you order specifically what you want to look for. Now, I can tell you, based on our experience, that the majority of people order wellness panels, both men and women. Men a little bit older, when they push about 60, start thinking about their mortality, I guess.
Or start thinking what's going on.
One or the other, but we won't get into that. But women between 18 and 44 is where we see the most. And for women, the second most common test is thyroid function, which is very important.
So if I wanted to check my platelets, which are sometimes low, I could do that, or my cholesterol level. That's one test I could actually...
You could do cholesterol. We have a full cardiac profile, and a lot of people do it because cardiovascular disease is still the #1 issue in this country.
Yes, it is.
A lot of people want to check their thyroid. A lot of people want to just get a general assessment. I have a lot of friends, executives, that say, you know, I go in between visits. Just to make sure that I'm doing whatever my doctor told me to do.
And peace of mind at the end of the day. Stay right there, doctor, because I have a few more questions. This is really interesting. I'm telling you, every 6 months I check my platelets, white blood cell count, red blood cell count, and cholesterol. So stay tuned, because the Balancing Act will have much more on this topic. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. I'm here once again with Dr. Francisco Velasquez from PAML. Doctor, before the break, we were talking about ordering your own lab work, your own blood test. Walk me through exactly how I do it.
Sure. It's actually fairly simple.
Okay.
You can go to one of the places like ours, which is gocinch.com.
Oh, because it's a cinch.
It's a cinch.
I
Your
like
time matters. So, and you can go in, and if you're not sure what to look for, you can enter your gender and age, and it will tell you the most commonly used tests for people that gender and that age, men, women of particular age. Or if you want something very specific, like most people order wellness panels.
Okay.
Or thyroid function if they're women, or cholesterol if they're men. You can go specifically and order that. It will tell you where to go and get it collected, the most convenient place, whatever that may be. And that order gets transmitted directly. You can pay online, or you can pay at the collection station. Then the most important thing is the information will get back to you directly.
Oh, really? Does it go to my doctor?
Unless you want us to
Unless you
send
want it to, it
Right.
comes directly to you.
It comes directly to you. And not only that, but on the website, we have a very, very good explanation of how laboratory tests work, how laboratory tests are done, and what does it mean. So it gives you a lot of information that allows you to make a decision whether that's something you need to share with your physician or not. Although we recommend that you always share that information with your primary care provider.
And just to clarify again, the insurance does not cover this. This is out of pocket.
These are all out of pocket because they were not ordered by a physician.
But they seem to be worth it. I don't think it's that pricey either.
Well, there's a range from a single test to multiple tests between $25 and $200, which is fairly cost effective compared to the traditional cost of healthcare.
And if somebody's wondering out there, okay, so what's the benefit of this when I can go to my doctor and do it? What would you say?
Well, first of all, this doesn't take the place of your doctor, so that's very important.
Totally.
But it's very useful to really monitor yourself in between doctor's visits. Or if you're not sure where you are with particular parameters, like I have to tell you, we have found people whose cholesterol was high, they didn't know it, or whose thyroid hormones were low and they didn't know that, or they had some other anomaly, and we typically call those individuals and refer them to the primary care providers. But it's good information for wellness. And occasionally, it may be more helpful than just wellness. It may direct you to pursue some action with your physician
That you didn't know about.
that you didn't know.
Which is very important. And again, to clarify, never to replace your physician. That
is correct.
relationship has to always come first.
That's a very important relationship. Now, I can tell you a lot of my friends who are executives and don't have a lot of time use their self-testing in between doctor's visits just to make sure that
Exactly.
they're following the instructions that were given by their physician at their annual visit.
And at the end of the day, like I always tell my children, knowledge is power, and the more you know, the better off you are.
Well, most physicians will tell you that a knowledgeable patient, more importantly an engaged patient, is actually the best patient to have.
You're very engaging this morning. Thank you so
Well, thank
much.
you. My
I know you're
pleasure.
coming back to speak with Julie about heart disease and how we can find out more also through your company.
We'll be talking about that a little bit later.
Looking forward to that, and I'll definitely stay tuned for that. Doctor, thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure. Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it. And if you'd like more information, you can go to the website, which is gocinch.com. It's a cinch. Or you can also log on to our website. We have a link right there for you, thebalancingact.com. That's thebalancingact.com. It's a well-known fact that dogs age faster than humans. The reason? Dogs' bodies work at a higher speed compared to human bodies. The faster metabolism burns energy at an increased rate, causing them to age faster. And when they age, they start to decline. Some dogs become less mobile, others develop chronic illnesses, and it can really be heartbreaking for the entire family. Joining me this morning is Jeannie Kelly, who's here to share her personal story about her beloved dog. And also joining me this morning is Dr. Marcus Gitterly, Chief Clinical Officer for Adaptogenerations, a company that's working to help improve the quality of life for pets. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here. I do have to tell our viewers right off the bat that Jeannie is our supervising producer of the show, normally not used to being in front of the cameras, but I did ask her to share a very personal story of hers, and I do thank you so much for being here, Jeannie. Jeannie is blessed with a beautiful dog, Lily, and I believe you've had her since she was born, right?
Very close to it. We rescued her when she was 3 months old. And thank you for the role reversal, but I'm here to talk about something that is clearly very near and dear to my heart, which is, you know, my pet. And Lily is the daughter we never had. And so really, you know, she is the light of our life. And, you know, it's tough because she is aging. She has some chronic illnesses, and it's very, very hard on us.
And when did that start?
It started about when she was 9, I would say. She was in the park chasing a squirrel and blew out her ACL. And that started the road down to all of these underlying issues that happened. Recovering from that, as you know, doctor, very difficult. We thought she'd never jump again. She did get that mobility back, but she had to be on pain medicines, arthritis, all these kind of things to help for that. And then about a year or 2 later, we found out, as elderly dogs do, she got Cushing's disease, which is an adrenal disease. Again, weekly medications, blood tests, trips to the vet to make sure we monitor the blood work. And so very, very difficult. And finally, you know, at the end of last year, we discovered that she had lymphoma. And so we set on a protocol of chemotherapy as recommended by the vet, because we really did want to do whatever we could to help out our little girl.
And you know, doctor, I hear this a lot with families that have a pet that they just adore. We have Ruby, you know Ruby, Jeannie. She's only 5, she's healthy, but I tell my girls, look, you need to be prepared to know that she will decline when she gets older. And it can be devastating for a mother, for a little girl like my kids who adore Ruby. It's hard on the family.
Pet lovers often say that it's like having a child that gets old before you do. And her story is so typical. Unfortunately, there are millions of heartbreaking stories like this, which is why we're so excited about this breakthrough.
And let's talk about this breakthrough, because, I mean, emotionally, you've been through so much, spiritually, financially,
sure.
Going to the vets, I mean, the cost, and I know what that can be like, and takes a toll on the family. This breakthrough, which I'm inspired to even tell you about it today, Jeannie, really making a difference for the decline?
In every parameter of function, we have really found a breakthrough that, for the first time, treats aging at the level it starts, which
How
is
does it work?
cells. So it works by naturally protecting cells and also reinvigorating the energy creation machinery of cells, again, in a natural way. It's not a vitamin, it's a patented nutraceutical. And so by restoring energy production in cells and by protecting cells against free radicals, which pets become more and more vulnerable to as they age, we're able to let the cell begin repair processes. And as cells repair themselves, tissues get better, organs get better, and the entire animal begins to show improved function. And that's why within a week, very typically, we see extraordinary benefits in mobility, comfort, function, quality of life, vigor, vitality.
That's amazing. Now, I know it's called Revitamil. I have a whole host of questions. I'm sure you do too. You said it's not a vitamin. So how would I give it to my dog? Would it be in the water, in the food, once a day?
Easy to give, simple once daily dosing. You can put it on dry food or moist food. Dogs will actually lap it up by itself typically, but we recommend putting it on food generally. And just once a day. There's a simple dosing chart based on a dog's weight. And again, it's suitable for all types of pets, not just dogs.
And is it something that I would give my dog today, even though she's healthy?
That's one of the things we're really excited about. Studies show that when an animal is started before signs of aging occur, you know, at maturity, young adulthood, we have seen in the lab animals live twice as long.
Oh my goodness.
Without developing the diseases of aging.
And I have a question. At her age now, would it be something that I should consider?
I most definitely would. We feel that this is truly a complementary formula in that no matter what health challenges a dog has, it's going to support them and increase their quality of life.
That's great to know.
So that's something that you can maybe consider, and I would with my dog too. Thank you so much for
You are welcome.
the opportunity
It's
to
a
talk with you
pleasure.
today.
It's a pleasure.
And Jeannie, thank you for sharing your story.
My pleasure.
I know it's not it's not your job to be in front of the camera. We do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And if you'd like more information on Revitamil, just go to our website, thebalancingact.com. That's thebalancingact.com. We're also on Facebook. Please share your favorite pet story with us. We always love hearing from you.
Thank you so much for spending part of your morning with us. We hope you learned a little something. I know I did. And remember, we've got lots more on our website, thebalancingact.com.
Don't forget to also go on Facebook and Twitter. Look us up there. And until the next time, remember to always find your balance.
Find your balance. So long, everybody.